Sorry, I got to turn the video on here. Would you start again?
Okay, I'm gonna call a meeting to order. And the first item on the agenda is the minutes of September 9th. We need approval.
Make a motion for approve the minutes.
Second.
Well, seconded, any discussion? If not, all in favor, raise your hand, say aye. Opposed, it's carried. Okay. The other big deal, and under new business was the RFP discussion. And 67 pages of documentation. Well, I thought it was very thorough, and I have no ability to criticize it. So anybody can make any comment they like.
It is in the paper out. It's on it. This is its second week, I think, so.
Can't change it now then, right?
Well,
By paper, not just.
we had to approve it. I mean, he sent it to us to approve, so. I guess, I don't know, do you want a motion, John, to approve it?
It can't hurt.
I know it can't hurt. Let's do that. Does anyone have any comments about it, that report? Okay, make a motion, then I'll move that we approve the RFP proposal as presented by Greg Johnston.
Second that.
Okay. All in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, good. All right, we're on to commercial float opening proposals.
All right, so we had 4 proposals. I've gone through them and looked them all over. All 4 meet all of the specifications that we put forth. So I guess the easiest way to do this, they've all provided insurance, they've all provided their captain's licenses, and they've all gave a brief synopsis of what they are looking to do. So I think the easiest way is for me to read them to you.
All right.
So this is Cranberry Oysters, Lauren and Joshua Gray.
Yeah.
Her description is, I would like to be providing tours to small groups, 6 people or less, of my 5-acre oyster farm off Cranberry Island. Access to the pool where my farm is located is within 2 hours of high tide. Tours would be approximately 2 hours long and would run from May through October, with the majority of them taking place during June, July, and August. At most, I would run 2 tours per day, but most likely 1 tour with a frequency of 2 to 3 per week, with bookings and communications through my website. They provided everything. She's provided her insurance with the town of Mount Desert listed as additionally insured.
What size
It
boat
is-
is she using?
It is a 30 or 31 foot boat. No, I'm sorry.
Either one that came in here.
Yeah,
I think
and one
probably
of
that
the-
blue one, right? That's in there, maybe.
He is using a 23 foot open center console boat with 150 horse motor on it. Seems sufficient. They provided their captain's license. Everything else was in order with her application. So in my opinion, she provided and has given everything that we've asked for. Wants to operate within the 6-pack that is available.
Nothing drop off, correct?
Yes.
Be low impact.
So one quick question. When we do the license agreements, does it specify their usage?
No, because the 6-pack drop-off pickup has a lot of flexibility. They can do
I mean, with every
Yes.
lease, like some people can advertise in the lease agreement.
this is a non-advertisable spot.
I understand, but with each lease agreement, are we, writing down that they said what they're allowed to do?
We haven't specifically, but the only ones that can actually advertise is the ones that have scheduled trips.
I understand, but should we in the lease agreement specify
Good.
what they're allowed to do?
Wouldn't
We
hurt.
could.
You mean just pick up, drop off? Is that what you're
Correct.
saying?
So there's a clear understanding of what their license agreement allows them to do.
But this was very clear how it was advertised in that manner.
No, I'm just saying for a broad, for everybody that when we redo their lease agreement, shouldn't we say like, you have this, you'd have this, you know?
Sure. We can do that. That can be an addition to our lease agreement with this one starting, and we can update the others. There's only a couple that have scheduled trips available to them, so Beal and Bunker, the Sea Princess, and Mike Olson. And Carl Brunner has one for one of his boats. All right, the second one is Jason Clark from Sorrento. He is done the same, offered the insurance. He would be operating a 30-foot boat. And his thing says, depending on what is allowed by the town, I would like to fill the void left by John Dwelly, running a water taxi service with possibilities of short sightseeing cruises. So this gentleman is basically looking to step in and fill exactly what was given up. And he has provided all the insurance, his captain's license, and documentation for his boat.
So, for those that didn't know Dwelly, I don't know, most of you did, but it was a come and go situation. Drop off and pick up.
Taxi said,
No particular schedule.
like a taxi.
A water taxi, right?
Drop
He
off
was
and-
he was a six-pack boat.
So the next one is Paul Thorman. Paul has provided everything also. Paul has listed a 18-foot boat, but with approval and winning of this would purchase a larger boat that would be more appropriate. So Paul is, I plan to operate a water taxi service to and from the Cranberry Isles and Northeast Harbor. I plan to be available by phone for reservations and may set up a Facebook page if appropriate. Further, if accepted, I hope to upgrade my vessel to one that provides rain protection and comfortable seating while still being a smaller, easier to maneuver size. I do not plan to run passengers at night, except for on rare occasions, but would, however, make use of a long daylight hours of summer. As most are aware, I have decades of experience on the waters of MDI and Northeast Harbor, and I'm very familiar with the Northeast Harbor Marina and its operations and commercial operators. Paul has also provided his insurance and a quote to add the town of Mount Desert as a additionally insured if chosen. And on that one,
What do you require for coverage for the town? $1 million?
$500,000, I think, is the number. Most of them carrying $1 million policies, but I think our minimum is $500,000.
Town's named as additionally insured.
No questions on that one? Yep. And the last and final one is Dallas Hodgkins. Dallas has also provided everything. Dallas would be operating a 30-foot lobster style boat. And Dallas says that he will provide 6-pack charters, private charters for fishing trips and or destination transport to local areas. 3-hour fishing trips, which include sightseeing, fishing with rod and reel, and lobster trap hauling.
So now the discussion is the lottery system. We have space for one boat. Is that what you're saying, John?
We have one and we have 4 applicants that have provided everything that we've asked for.
And we have, none of them are residents of our town. right? That is correct. See, we had a clause in there years ago that has always bugged me ever since, and we never gave any priority to residents. And I always felt that that was a big mistake. Matter of fact, the year I was in the lottery, there were 4 openings, and somebody from Southwest Harbor applied for 3 boats. You know, I mean, kind of bugged me. So we don't have a provision for residents, so
We don't have any residents anyway.
no, I understand right now.
But I agree, it would be a good thing to put in there.
I do too, because these are all non-residents. I mean, we've got the best facility on the coast of Maine. We know that. And we have an opening for 1 person. So I don't know how you want to handle this. I mean,
I think we
these are all,
We have
We
to,
just draw an email.
well,
the harbor master presents it to the harbor committee. The harbor committee says we approve, the applicants are full and complete, and the select board has the final say on the applicants that get put into the lottery system.
I understand.
And we talked about Story was one of the first that brought it up. I know you have in the past, but, and that's one of our discussions on the ordinance changes when we come forward, was identifying how we've done with the other, wait lists and moorings and stuff to look at the application process for commercial operators.
So Olson was on a list for a long time. Is he backed out?
No, he's operating.
He is operating. He's been given a spot.
He's
He's
had
had
one.
a spot all along.
Yeah, he never lost it.
He
Okay.
wavered a little bit and we
Right.
gave him a push and he
Okay,
got a new boat and
Now, Rick, I got a question for you. Before you carry passengers, does your vessel have to be inspected by the Coast Guard?
anything over 6 passengers has to be inspected.
Okay.
so these 4
So
don't.
these do not. So if we got an application over 6, they would have to come with a Coast Guard inspection report. Okay, thank you.
They don't, but we don't even have that opening, so.
We don't.
No,
And would it say somewhere that you can only put in 1 application?
That could be something that we could definitely,
Well, it probably should.
yeah, I think so. I mean, that, I was flabbergasted that.
That
year.
was just gaming the system.
Oh, totally.
How much?
That's not our problem right now.
Go ahead.
How much of a job would it be to change it to?
just an ordinance change.
An ordinance change. We've got a couple changes we're thinking about making.
Does that have to go to the town meeting?
It does.
Yeah.
We've been doing 3 or 4 ordinance changes a year, just trying to keep our ordinance tidied up. And that,
2 that you just mentioned seems like pretty good changes, have, local people have.
Well, I mean, I think somehow we've got to give them a priority. That's all.
Yeah.
And
which we did on our mooring wait list last year at town meeting. So, this would kind of be an ongoing.
So how do you,
Rest of that up.
how do you give a resident
I don't know.
priority if it was 2 residents?
Yeah, I mean, this is a big issue.
It would be, we'd have to have a way,
Well, now-
discussion with the lawyer and find a way that would,
Take the 2.5?
Right. We don't have that problem right now.
Right, but we could have.
Oh,
And then we
absolutely.
would be in trouble.
I think you'd have to draw them. If you had 2, you'd have to put those 2 names in the hat.
Well, just like, how are we gonna decide these 4?
Pick
we're
the
gonna
name
pick them out of a hat or have 4 plain envelopes that somebody stirs up and somebody that's not involved at all picks one of them. And that's,
We don't
That's a-
decide our favorite.
no, we can't.
Get 4 scratchies and give 1 to
So
each
that's-
person. Whoever wins the most wins.
Kind of what I need to know, how you folks, do you want to pick out of a hat, or would you like 4 plain white envelopes with each one has a name in it? Somebody stirs them up, sets them on the table, and somebody that is not involved grabs one of them.
Doesn't matter.
That's the last time I watched the food truck when there was multiples, that's how they did it.
Okay,
There was 3 plain envelopes, somebody stirred them up, and somebody that wasn't involved.
somebody make a motion. We're gonna throw the 4 names in a hat.
No, we gotta go. to
No,
the
we're going with the
selectmen
envelope.
first. We gotta make a motion to approve the applicants to be reviewed and accepted by the selectmen.
Before we do that,
you've got one of them in there, I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he's got an 18-foot boat. And 6 passengers plus the captain.
He said in his application that he was gonna buy, if he gets it, he will buy a bigger boat.
Yeah.
That's
In his application, he sends a sticker of his Coast Guard thing in it. I think it showed that it would hold people.
For an 18-foot boat.
yeah,
Well, that doesn't bother me so much, it's
Because insurance company's problems.
basically.
6 persons.
So I'll make a motion that we approve these applications and pass it on to the selectmen. Is that what you're looking for, Chris?
Yes, if you'd like me, I can read it in the
You
ordinance.
don't put it in a.
Not yet. I think they have to.
I'll second that.
Now, we're going to, it's just,
You said you were gonna pass it on to the selectmen. I'm a little confused.
they just need to approve the slate of.
Oh, so they approve it and then
Then we pick one and then we go back for final approval.
So what we're also doing is we're shutting this off at 4. We're not accepting any more applications.
Is there a
That
deadline?
ended at 2 o'clock on Friday.
Okay,
So in 8.88, the harbor master should forward all applications to the harbor committee with a recommendation of approval of conditions, or non-approval. The harbor committee shall review the applications and with the harbor master's recommendations, and forward the applications to the select board with the committee's recommendations. The select board shall make the final determination on all applications.
In my reading of that, my thought was that we go through this whole process. We pick one and we send it to the selectmen with our pick. And they also get to look at the other 3. That's my interpretation of what you just read.
You're missing the final sentence. The select board shall make the final determination on all applications.
Yeah, they will take our recommendation, say, we picked one, and we go, this is the one that we picked out of a lottery.
Mhm.
They can look at all 3, and unless they come up with another reason to deny that person, they would most likely go with our recommendation from the lottery.
I think that's the way we've always done it.
That's the way it's been done, but yes, they
Not that
do
back
have
and
the
forth,
final
doesn't make more sense.
say, they have the final say on everything we do.
But we do, and then in the end, we're gonna do the pick, or is the selectman gonna?
We're gonna do the pick and send it to them saying, this is our pick. Here are the other applicants. This person won our lottery.
Yeah.
Would you
And
please
then they
approve
get the
them?
final say on that person. If there were 2 openings, that's why there's an S on
You
it.
get 4 envelopes and write the names on
That's all I need to know. Do you want to pick out of a hat or do you want to do 4 envelopes that are
4
plain?
envelopes.
us.
Looks a little.
And I'll have them prepared for next meeting.
You wanna do it the next time?
It is next meeting.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah,
We've already determined that we weren't going to do it until November meeting.
okay.
Okay,
So should I withdraw that motion?
Yeah.
Not that we.
I mean, I guess a
But
good motion would be all 4 applicants have met our standards. We would like to do a lottery at our next meeting with 4 plain white envelopes. And we will have somebody that is not involved
I second your motion.
pick.
So what I'm saying, my interpretation is that we present them the slate, then they give us the go-ahead to pick someone.
I think the last time that this happened, which was almost 15 years ago.
Yeah.
We did a pick and then presented the selectmen with our info and our pick, and they approved the final.
but I kind of agree with Chris that maybe I think is what you're saying. They should maybe eliminate someone before you choose someone.
No, because they don't have to pick us. I mean, you're making an extra step that doesn't need to be.
Yeah, there's an extra step if you do it that way. If it's a lottery, it's a lottery. This way it doesn't
I
have to
mean,
go
the
back.
harbor committee is here because the selectmen, not all of them have the expertise of you folks from
Yeah.
being on and around the water. So they respect your guys' opinion. They're going to say that
sometimes.
this group,
Let's also not.
this group has looked through these and done their due diligence. And
I agree with the way you did it. I'm just, the paragraph reads, doesn't say we pick in the lottery system before we present it to them.
But
There's
if-
nothing in the language that does that. We could
Where
say
did
what,
it mention the lottery system altogether?
It's on the 8.89,
That's it.
new or expanded operators.
Well, you might want to read it to the whole group.
So on or before September 30th any year, the select board will advertise for proposals to be submitted for consideration by potential new passenger vessel operators, as well as proposed additional vessels or proposed higher passenger capacity replacement vessels by presented approved operators to fill any vacancies which have been created at the Northeast Harbor Marina. Proposals must meet all criteria as outlined in this document and be submitted on application for approval to operate from Northeast Harbor Marina. Selection of new operators, additional vessels, or higher capacity replacement vessels will be on a space available basis and will be determined by a lottery system if the number of acceptable proposals exceeds the operating space available. All new or expanded operators will be required to enter into contracts in this ordinance.
That sounds to me like John is interpreting it correctly and that we do this lottery system and then give it to them and they make the final
Because
approval.
if we send these four to the selectmen,
Yeah, they're
they're just gonna look at them and go, okay.
I agree, but they have to see all the applicants.
They will.
Yeah.
They'll get a list of, when I do my memo, they'll get a list of all the four and that we did a lottery and chose this particular one.
Yeah, it's vague in the ordinance what the lottery becomes, where it becomes before that. But before the lottery is listed, if you went through the process, that is second to what's this previous. So if you follow the ordinance in the step-by-step process, they're saying this has to be done first and then you do the lottery system.
So maybe when we're doing the resident
Put in-
priority, we maybe clean that up a little bit too.
That's a legal question. That's beyond.
Well, the whole thing would be, and,
Well, I think we're all set for right now.
The motion by Jones to approve the applicants,
Yeah,
And
seconded by Bright.
and we'll make the choice
on November meeting,
at November meeting.
white envelope or whatever.
that's the second piece. Our meeting falls on Veterans Day. So we've either got to meet on Monday or Wednesday.
I suggest we meet Monday.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me.
Check the calendar real quick.
Holidays.
It's the most I've read aloud in a lot of years.
All right, so
Veterans is,
We're gonna have a,
climate action people have this room from 4 to 6 on Monday. Planning board has it from 6 to 9 on Wednesday, so Wednesday would fit.
I probably have a site visit before that. I'm not sure if I do.
No,
But I
you can
met
make it.
All I see is planning board 6 to 9.
Let's meet on Wednesday and.
Wednesday, the
Sounds
12th.
like it
Would you put that in your minutes, Chris?
Yep, next meeting Wednesday,
The
the 12th.
12th at 4:30.
I can't make it. I can't make it.
We'll have the climate figured out by.
Won't hold it against you.
Didn't just give you a check mark.
Okay,
Excused.
general issues. Anybody have anything? Old business?
I want to bring up something that's gonna lead to some discussion.
you always do.
Dumpsters?
No? The fisherman's float. And we're gonna proceed with restricting it to 18.
We actually are scheduled to have that conversation at our November meeting.
Okay, I'll wait.
That's what we decided at our last meeting. We had a discussion in November.
Yeah.
Just for an update on that from you folks, I have the 3 by 6 foot float, 95% complete. I run 2 boards short today and Adam's gonna pick them up the next day and,
This,
maybe within
I think it's a good
the
idea.
next few weeks, we should have it in
It's
place.
the exclusiveness.
Well, there's always abuses and that's what causes all the trouble.
I did see, you did that over in Bartlett's Landing. You put,
The T,
yeah,
the T helped, but it's still. It kept bigger boats out of there, but it still allows 30-something foot boats to squeak in.
yeah.
But yes, it did.
Well, I kept the,
It kept
Yeah,
go swinging around on that face of that, what we're trying to do.
Thinking of a dumpster, it's looked a lot better since it's been moved.
Yeah, no, I think it's worked out well. I've met with Brian and a contractor over there to give us a bid for fencing it in, but nothing has come back as of yet.
Or could it stay where it is permanently?
I think that's the intent. The highway department has already extended
Yeah,
the hot top to make room for where it would sit, so we don't lose we only lose one parking spot in the process, but yes,
Actually, they didn't lose any. They added on with the dumpster.
we're still gonna end up losing one spot.
So we're not gonna put it where it used to be, so they can.
I think with the congestion in there and the garbage truck is larger than, they're getting bigger and bigger and it safer, and it has worked out much better over in that location.
plus there's a lot less out of town residents using it, I believe, with it being over there. It's not,
The problem I noticed a couple times is, coming up from the float there, people off their boats not knowing where to go. And, well, this looks good enough, and just dropping it.
We did have a lot of questions. Did the dumpster disappear? And,
Yeah.
we just had to redirect.
The other thing, John, on the weekends, when whoever's doing, do you guys empty the trash?
The cans,
Yeah.
we do, Monday through Friday, the buildings and grounds position, does it first thing in the morning, and
Yeah.
we grab them if they overflow during the day. On the weekends, the garbage men actually roll through when they come down to dump the dumpsters, and they do them. As last weekend was our last weekend, so we're not physically on site
Yeah.
Saturdays and Sundays through the winter from here on out. But
They were
Saturday,
overflowing last
Were they?
weekend and nobody.
they will actually be disappearing this week. We'll put them to bed. The Austin's building closed as of today for the season. The garbage cans will disappear this week. Pump out will be put to bed this week. Picnic tables will disappear early November.
No, it looked good. I don't think she did as good a job as the guy that used to be there.
She did a good job. I
She
thought.
did, but could have done a little better weed whacking around stuff.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead, Chris.
What was the results of the ground penetrating radar in Seal Harbor?
It is actually going to be on the selectmen's agenda on Monday night to approve the expenditure. So as long as they bless it, sometime in late October, early November, it will happen. It will require 1 or 2 days where that facility will have to be coned off up at the road. And there won't be any parking down there for that day.
Why do they have to approve it?
Just expend the money out of a CIP line,
What's our total? We're not allowed to spend any amount without their approval.
not out of a CIP. We can't spend one penny out of a CIP line without their approval.
Gotcha.
We have,
And that was from the Seal Harbor Pier.
that is Seal Harbor Pier, and there's close to $80,000 in there. I don't know the exact.
Maybe they could get bathrooms over there.
The concrete has been,
Sorry.
the concrete has been done, the conduit and the electricity are all there. So the actual restrooms will
That's
be
just,
there.
it's still really, I mean, it's.
I know,
That's
but
disgraceful, in my opinion.
I was over there the other day, Friday, and it's all done.
just in time for winter.
Yeah, just in time.
When they do the parking lot, they're gonna do the pier too, they're gonna do the whole work.
We're splitting the cost 50-50 between us and Public Works. It's right around $20,000,
For us or the whole project.
the whole project, a little over 10,000 us. We split it 50-50, so.
So the Seal Harbor Yacht Club is gonna move their building,
Yes,
and are they keeping their dock there?
I haven't heard anything or seen anything about the dock moving, but the
Yeah.
building itself is gonna go up and come a little closer to us.
Right. But I would think you would have if they, because that
Yeah,
would
you-
totally impact our dock.
Yep, no, I don't think they are moving the dock at all. That's my thought anyways. They have come to me and showed me where they were moving the building, but I didn't see anything about the pier.
Yeah,
Hey, no more, you know,
Not really,
No.
not at this point. Okay. Thank you very much.
Got a motion?
Motion to adjourn?
Can I ask just a couple questions?
Absolutely.
I've got, I asked John about cameras. Is there any chance of looking into putting some cameras over at Seal Harbor too?
I have that conversation frequently with the security camera guy and it, there's no internet down there at the pier. If we can get internet down there at the pier, then yes.
Could you ask him about cellular?
We tried cellular over at Bartlett's and it didn't work because AT&T and Verizon or US Cellular would open the ports that, like, over my head, but they wouldn't open the ports for us that would allow us
The
to
data.
be able to view from there.
What about Seal Yacht Club's Wi-Fi?
yeah.
Has anyone reached out to them?
They haven't. We haven't. I haven't.
I think it'd be mutual beneficial.
Sure.
Especially if you offered to,
Would love to have cameras over there. We do have cameras at Bartlett's, but I have to go over there and physically log in with a laptop. I can do wirelessly from the truck, but there's no way to broadcast.
And do you do like monthly data grabs off that camera?
I don't. They hold months and months of data. That is a
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
if
issue.
you did that, it'd be something, because there was a lot of going on over there this year. There was a guy with at the skiff float with a 22-foot boat, 150 horse outboard. And he said, I got a boat, they won't let me have it mooring, I'm using my boat. Well, how do you know, there was one guy came from Cranberry Island. I watched him with 11 bags of garbage. Put it up in the,
Sure.
and there's just stuff, if they had a camera, maybe something could be done about it.
Definitely. And like I said, I would love to be able to look on a camera. I can look on my phone from home and see Northeast, all the cameras. It's saved us millions and millions of dollars because everyone on this committee was sued for $10 million. And if it wasn't for those cameras down there, that wouldn't have just disappeared like it did.
Is that when
They saved our ass.
that girl got hurt?
Yes, and it wasn't our fault and the cameras clearly showed it. So,
Didn't hear that one.
Oh, you didn't know?
yeah, you did,
Yeah, you did.
oh
The
yeah,
woman that was hurt
on the
Well-
lobster boat.
offloading lobsters.
You offered the copper it for us.
The crates all fell down on
That's
us.
where we bought all the cars.
you got a packet just like every one of us that showed that you.
And what's hard to talk about it?
$10 million.
We didn't discuss
I don't
it.
even, I don't even remember that.
Last year, 90 odd.
Remember that? Yeah.
I don't remember it happening. I don't remember getting the packet about it.
I didn't know.
Another thing,
I remember the packets. We don't.
Yeah, I
have
don't
packets.
we talked about,
Yeah.
about a year or so ago, if we find a better way to put ramps in,
Just loaded her into.
listen,
Also provide.
has a better way. A really good setup.
Just put 'em in.
The way they work, it'll take a lot more.
Good, and that's why I carry it in addition. to the
This year, it was real late getting, there was a float there, but there was no way to get to it, no ramp and.
This was the year where we did the expansion and put this.
No,
Yeah,
No, it was the skiff float was there, but there was no way nobody could use that boat until, what was it, the middle of the end of May.
Sure.
And, but have you thought about leaving the main float there too? Why drag it off? Why not just leave it there?
I think it would get absolutely rim racked.
Well, I mean, you take the other one off, but the main float, because they were there ever since I was a kid, they were there all winter. We didn't have a ramp there, and I mean, it would save a little bit. Then in the spring, check it out and put the ramps on.
And we discussed and
I think it would.
about not the late, and he said it's due to contractors and it's in the minutes. And he said and we asked to have it in by May 1st of the year, and it's in the minutes. He said, do everything possible to do it this next year.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that was.
There's the contractors that were late to put the dinghy dock in and that.
Yeah, good.
All right, what are we gonna do about the
I-
cameras?
I think I think the floats would take unnecessary abuse if we left them there.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
we used to remove the dinghy dock too, and we agreed to leave that one there, and my fault, I should have had that ramp on the dinghy dock, because that can go on as soon as the weather breaks.
Yeah, then we can.
We can wait a few weeks on the other.
Yeah.
That's on me, but next spring, we will make sure we get that one on as soon as the weather breaks and we see that it looks like it.
All right,
Good. And we'll-
thank you.
Would you like a motion about looking into other options for security?
I've been looking, well, I never considered bumming Wi-Fi
Okay.
off the Steel Harbor Yacht Club. So, if you want to put something in the minutes, I will,
We don't have to make a motion if.
I will look into it, and that's a good idea, but
Maybe make a report next week, month.
I've actually been trying to get Wi-Fi, or not Wi-Fi, but cameras at Bartlett's and Steel for years, and the Wi-Fi has been the problem. We tried Bartlett's first, and when we run into that roadblock, we kind of stopped because we hadn't figured it out.
But as long as you have power, you could use Starlink too. There's no,
Right.
and that costs you the same as,
Sure.
no reason not to.
But even if it was just, if you stored it and had to, if something happened, look back and say, hey, what happened, and anything would be better than nothing.
If that doesn't work, is Starlink
The only
competitive?
other issue that I see, losing that building down there hurts, because, you gotta have something for that equipment to be in. They can stainless steel box, some of it, but the router and stuff for the Starlink and all that, we need something for that safe and dry for that to be in year round, not just in the summer. Even though it's
Case with the through hole,
even though it's basically shut down in the winter, it'd still be appropriate to be able to look at it.
What was Starlink involved in it?
We haven't used Starlink,
So
but
all you need is power and clear sight to the sky.
Points to the southwest too, Ron, and that's perfect.
What about one at Somes Harbor? We always forget about Somes Harbor.
That's
No,
not,
we're not forgetting a Holmes Harbor at all.
talk to the landing corporation.
Yeah.
you remember.
We've been ostracized,
Yeah.
even being a participant up there. Yes,
Bunch of snobs.
totally.
You wanna leave your pickup truck down there?
Oh, get towed. John, I'll tell you right now, all that garbage that comes from is Mo Zuckerman.
I have actually caught that gentleman in the process before and shut him down, and he ended up loading it back on his boat and taking it back.
He doesn't.
But I'm sure later that day, when
Well,
nobody
one
else
of
was
his,
around,
one of
it
his
came back.
workers.
Yes,
Bring it over instead of meeting the schedule on Cranberry Island, like.
Yeah.
They have to go down.
Is
the
that
road.
construction garbage?
It's just household garbage.
Oh.
Instead of taking it to the transfer station on Islesford, which is
Taking
over
easier
twice a
route.
week.
so I have shut him down before,
Yeah.
but I'm assuming that, the next time when nobody's there, he did it anyways, so.
I think they're pretty regular, actually.
Yeah, but that's part of down here too. We're updating our cameras down here, and one of them will have the ability to potentially watch the new dumpster setup.
Get a license plate note.
Yes,
Not only that, either, some of the fishermen will bring up pails of oil. I saw one with no cover on it. I don't know how you didn't spill it, 'cause it right to the top. If it rains, they go with that, that is their fault too, it's not just, people on the hill.
Okay, guys. I think we've covered everything pretty good. Motion to adjourn,
So moved.
seconded,
Second.
all in favor, raise your hand. Opposed? Thank you.
Dallas. My fault, Doug was trying to get in. And I didn't see the let Doug in thing.
Oh, Doug was here?
Okay,
So, John, I just wrote committee discussed camera options.
So we'll give them a
Besides
credit.
that, so if you could look, or we can bring it up another time, or.
Yeah, no, I would.
Could he
have
hear?
Reach out to the,
That would be the cheapest thing.
if he wasn't at